Hey, what's up everybody? So today you must be thinking that what a drum set is doing in front of me. So am I going to give you a drum lesson? No. So as you all know that I am only a guitarist, so I will be giving you the third lesson of the series. So let's get started with it. Alright friends, so in the previous two lessons I taught you a couple of chords along with a couple of alternate picking exercises. So the chords that I taught were E minor chord and A major. So in order to learn those chords, if you haven't seen them yet, please head over to the links in the description below or to the links that are mentioned over here. So in this lesson, I will be teaching you a new chord that would be D major chord. And in order to hold D major chord, we have to put our fingers on the fretboard like this. And it sounds, the sound of D major chord is like this. So isn't it too soothing? A very beautiful chord. So in order to hold D major chord, let me do what I usually do. Let's zoom into the chord shape. Yes guys, this is the way we hold D major chord. And in order to hold D major chord, we have to use these three fingers. That is finger number 1, finger number 2 and finger number 3. So now we have to put our first finger, that is this finger, on the second fret of string number 3, and make sure that you put the second finger just near to this line, that is this fret. So it should not be over there, else your string will buzz as in it will sound like this. So try to keep it very near to the fret and not onto the fret, but if you put your finger on the fret, your string will sound muted. So you have to keep it just behind the fret. Now you have to keep your third finger, that is this one, on the third fret of second string like this, and make sure that this finger is also close to the fret number 3. Now the next and the last thing to do is we have to put our second finger on the second fret of string number 1 over here. So now in order to keep the entire chord, we have to arrange all the fingers that the way I have told you. So the first finger is on the second fret of third string, third finger is on the third fret of second string, and second finger is on the second fret of first string. So while speaking I thought this is like a jumbled sentence and I was getting confused. So now we now know how to hold D major chord. Now we have to make sure a few things while playing this chord. So the first thing is that make sure that you do not touch your first finger, that is this topmost finger, on the string that is over it, that is the string number 4, this one. So by mistake, if the nail of your finger, of your first finger, touches string number 4, so string number 4 will get muted and it will sound like this. So it sounds muted. So if you move your first finger a little down to string number 4, so the string number 4 will be clean and it will not be muted and will sound like this. I am now playing string number 4. So do you see, it sounds quite clean. Now let's come on to the string number 2, that is this one. This string does the only thing that we have to do while holding this string with us with our finger number 3 is to make sure that our finger number 3 is kept tightly on the string. If my finger number 3 is not tight and it is a little loose, so it will sound muted like this. Now I've loosened up my finger number 3, so my string number 2 will be muted like this. So the sound of string number 2 has vanished. See, now when I press it tight, it will be very clean, right? So these two fingers are now set on string number 3 and string number 2. Now the last thing we have to make sure is for finger number 2 on the second fret of string number 1. So the thing that we have to make sure in this string is that our finger number 3, this one, it should make a curve from a curve over string number 1, because if there is no curve and your finger lands like this, it will touch and mute string number 1 like this. It is now string number 1 is muted because I'm not making a curve over it. So I'm playing string number 1 and it is muted. Now when I make a curve, that is an arc, with my third finger, so it does not touch string number 1, and along with that we have to press finger number 2 tightly on string number 1 like this. So now my finger number 3 is making a curve. Along with that, my finger number 2 is pressing string number 1 very tightly, so my string 1 is sounding clean now, right? So now if I'm not pressing my string number 1 tightly with finger number 2, so it will be muted like this. So I hope you have understood the basics of holding D major chord, in which we have to make sure that a few fingers do not touch the strings that are over and below them, and if they touch, then your chord will not sound clean. So let me now show you how to practice D major chord. So it will be the same shape practicing exercise that we did for both E minor and A major chords, in which we have to lift up all our fingers very slowly, keeping our thumb at the top of the fretboard, and then bringing all our fingers at the same positions like this. So we have to keep practicing this exercise till we feel a little confidence welling up for this chord. So when you practice initially, it might happen that all your fingers will not come on the desired frets and strings at the same time. So it may come separately like this. So something like this. So it will also come very slowly. So practice one finger at a time to hold the chord. And once you are done with that, slowly all your fingers will start coming on the desired positions at the same time, like mine is coming. So I hope you have understood how to hold D major chord along with the shape practicing exercise. So now let's move on to the right hand and let me show you how to strum this chord. So now let's focus on to the right hand exercise for D major chord. And as I have shown in my previous lessons, that each strum on a chord should be at equal timing. So let me show it to you, and it will be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see, all the strums of this chord were on equal timing. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it did not go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be a wrong way to do as a beginner. So this is how we have to practice the strumming hand for any chord, and in this case it would be D major chord. So now this would be the last exercise for D major chord lesson. So in the first lesson for D major chord, we first learned how to hold the chord like this. Then we learned how to do the shape practice like this continuously. Then in the third one, we learned how to strum our right hand while playing the chord at equal timings: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this last lesson, we will be combining both the 4 strums and shape exercise. So in this one, we will do 4 strums, and after 4 strum, I will lift D major chord, I will bring it back, and I will continue strumming with my right hand without any stop in between while changing the chord. So let me show you how to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So make sure that as a beginner, you strum your guitar with the right hand very slowly, so that your left hand gets time to change the chord. Because if your left hand is not getting proper time to change, then your right hand will tend to relax after the 4th count, and it might go something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So do you observe that there was a gap after every fourth count? So in order to avoid that, the most important thing is to do shape practicing with your left hand. Once that will be set, your right hand will automatically strum in a consistent manner. So in order to do this exercise, make sure that you strum with your right hand very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So do this very slowly. And once you are able to do it slowly, try to increase your speed. And in the next lesson, I will be covering up E minor, A major, and D major chord changes together at the same time. And once we are done with that, we will start proceeding with a few songs and a few more exercises. So I hope you must have understood all the three exercises I taught for D major chord. And there is one more thing that I would like to share, and it is that when we play D major chord, we do not have to play the top two strings, these two. So if I tell you the reason, you may not be able to understand at this point. So hold on for a while, and once we cover up the name of our strings and the name of notes on the fretboards, then you will be able to understand as to why we are playing only the lower four strings for D major chord. So let's hold for a while, keep practicing, and keep learning. And if you have any doubts, then do ask me in the comment sections, and please do not forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon for future lessons. Have a good day and have a great week ahead.